Planet Dolan.
From what would happen if dinosaurs still existed to why cats have 9 lives, we answer some of your most burning questions about life. What's going on, folks? It's me, Pringle the One, and I'm going to be reading out the questions and answers.
Hello there, puny mortals. You may call me Paprika. Here to tickle your mind from my book of things that are 100% true.
Ooh, cool book. Do you mind if I take a look?
No touchy!
Oh gosh, that was a close one.
Ew.
This episode was sponsored by Wix. So if you guys haven't already, you can make your own website in absolutely no time at all. If you stick around until the end of the video, we'll show you one we made in 10 minutes. There are tons of templates, it really doesn't take you very long. This is how we made superplanetdolan.com, which is the hub for all of our stuff. Links to merchandise and social media feeds and character profiles. Be sure to watch the video till the very end. Without further ado though, let's get back to the animation.
Boss Major 345 asks, what would happen to the world if all humans disappeared?
Oh, if I could, I would just snap my fingers and make them all disappear. Could you imagine? There would be no one to stop my fun. The world would be my playground.
Ah, but humans aren't so bad, right? If humans suddenly vanished, their creations would begin to break down. Power stations, oil refineries, and other industrial plants would malfunction, causing great destruction. After several decades, nature would overtake cities, and a few centuries later, many large buildings will have partially or fully collapsed. The good news is that many stone or bronze structures will survive for many thousands of years. Chatika asks, why are some people right-handed and others left-handed?
Left-handed people are tainted. I do my best to make things hard for them, like stealing all their left-hand gloves. The look on their faces. Oi, where's me left glove at? They say. Priceless.
Pringle, do you have any idea where every single one of my left gloves went?
No idea. Oh, here's one. Huh? That's weird. Very interesting.
A quick question, is there a kind of a glove goblin on my back?
I think so. The reason why some people are left-handed is an ongoing debate among scientists, with theories ranging from behavior that is learned from your environment to genetics. One theory suggests that the genes responsible for the development of physical symmetry could cause some people to favor using their left hand over their right. Poke Lover 5 asks, could a non-carbon-based life form ever exist?
I don't know what he's made of. Maybe cheese? Or Twinkies? Are you filled with cream, space boy?
No, actually I can change what I'm made of whenever I... As far as we currently know, carbon is the only element that life can be based on. This is due to carbon being able to form 4 bonds with other atoms. Occasionally, some scientists have suggested that life could be based on silicon, the element just below carbon on the periodic table, as it too can form 4 bonds. This is, however, just a theory, and as far as we have observed, life can only be based on carbon. How do you throw away a garbage can?
What? Why would you want to get rid of those amazing things? They're perfect for sleeping inside. People always leave leftover food in them. They're like portable homes.
Kinda stinky though.
No, you're stinky.
At least let me empty this full one. Come on!
Don't touch Victor! He looks after me and I love him.
That's a trash bin, you crazy cat! There are actually a few ways to throw out a garbage can. One way is to call your local council and ask them to come pick it up. You can also put your garbage can upside down and that indicates you want to dispose of it. But that might not always work. The best way is to cut your bin into pieces and put it into another bin. He Needs Milk asks, what would happen to humans if dinosaurs still existed?
New servitors to write on. Imagine the carnage a T-Rex could unleash.
Man, please pull over to the side of the road. Please stop the T-Rex, ma'am! If dinosaurs existed today, humans would probably be fine for the most part. It would be the dinosaurs that would face problems. Earth's atmosphere, climate, flora, and fauna has changed a lot in the last 66 million years. Oxygen levels have fluctuated, temperatures have cooled, and even the winds are stronger. Now I don't mean to be rude here, but some of these boys were big, and I mean really big. The vegetation needed to eat and the habitats they lived in just don't exist anymore. Shatter asks, why is blue the color for boys and pink the color for girls?
Pink? Red is the color for boys and girls. We're filled with red. Like big fat tomatoes. Hey, Pringle? Can you turn yourself into a tomato for me?
Of course, that's easy. You see? Hey, where did you go?
Bam! I squashed him.
This job's weird, man. Some say that the concept of blue being for boys and pink being for girls was a result of marketing campaigns by clothing companies. However, there is evidence that suggests it could be much deeper. Studies have found that women are better at differentiating shades of color and have a sensitivity to the color red, pink being a shade lighter than red. The gene responsible for this is in direct relation to the X chromosome, of which women have 2, compared to men who have one X and one Y chromosome. Alex06 asks, how do worms reproduce?
You just chop them in half and they grow. Simple. I wonder if there's any other creatures that can do the same. Pringle?
What now, you whack job?
Can I saw you in half to see if you'll grow back?
I mean, I will, but it's not going to be pleasant for me. Man, I better be getting paid extra for looking after this cat. Earthworms are hermaphrodites, meaning they have both male and female reproductive organs. When mating, an earthworm will form a tube of mucus around its body. This tube is used to transport one worm's genetic material to the other. Later, the worm forms another tube of mucus which passes over the sacs containing its eggs, collecting and fertilizing them. The tube then travels up the body of the worm and is wriggled off at its head to form a cocoon. The eggs will then usually hatch within 2 to 3 weeks.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Krusty Krab asks, who invented the alphabet?
Well, first, they invented alphabet-y spaghetti, and I guess all the dum-dums just picked it up from there. Then we could finally read all those books that were just lying around.
I think you got it a little backwards there.
Excuse me? Can you even read?
A little, but I can become letters.
Ugh, boring. We get it. You can shapeshift. Learn something new, will ya? Sheesh.
I think I'm learning patience, believe me. If we are talking about the English alphabet, then no one person invented it. It developed over time from the mingling of different languages. The old Anglo-Saxons of Britain communicated using a runic language, that is until the Latin alphabet was introduced by Christians in the 7th century AD. Later in 1066, the Normans would invade and the language would soon begin to reflect the rule. It wasn't until the invention of the printing press and its arrival in Britain during the mid-15th century that modern English and the alphabet we know today would become standardized. Shatika asks, where did the idea of cats having 9 lives come from?
Because cats are just plain better, so naturally they get 8 more lives than fleshy people.
Man, I always have to be careful around cats. They sit everywhere and I end up stepping on... Oh man, I need to be more careful. Well, we know that cats are pretty agile and tend to land on their feet, so it could be because of their survivability. There's also an old English proverb about a cat's nature, which goes, a cat has 9 lives, for 3 he plays, for 3 he strays, and for the last 3 he stays. Folklore also claims that the ancient Egyptian god Bast, who had the head of a cat, was said to have 9 lives. The number 9 was also considered a mystic number in some cultures, being the number that invokes tradition and religion. Ammonite the Sea Wing asks, how did the medicine ball get its name?
Because it's filled with medicine, dummy. You use them to make sick people feel better. Say, Pringle, you're looking a little under the weather.
I feel fine.
Don't you feel better?
I feel better knowing that the video is almost over.
Oh, don't worry. I can tell that me and you are going to be fast friends. We'll have so much fun together.
The word medicine used to be more synonymous with health. During the Renaissance, the physician Hieronymus Mercurialis advised people to use what we now call medicine balls as a form of medicinal gymnastics. The actual name was unintentionally created in 1889 by a Professor Roberts in an article from Scientific America, who claimed that the ball invigorates the body and preserves one's health.
Pringle, where are you? I want to see what other things you can become that I can splatter. Hey, what is this? Hey, Pringle.
Hey, Pecan, I left your cat on the table. Can't stop, gotta head out. See ya.
My cat? What are you looking at?
You're not a cat.
How about thought you let me out. No.
So if you want to make your own Wix website, you'll come across the landing page where you can auto create one or use the templates. You go to the sign up page. Once you've done that, you select what kind of website you want. Could be business or resume or portfolio for cooking, music, content creation. Once you start editing your template, you'll have pop-up edit boxes. You can change anything. There's tons of options no matter what you want to adjust. There are backgrounds that you can put in custom or pre-built. Any media like video or images you can just drag and drop straight onto the page. The site has lots of apps like a social media feed, or I actually added a shopping app to this one. So you can add in merchandise like shirts and stuff. If you want to get into the nitty gritty of the website, you can add in buttons that takes you to certain pages. You can add yourself a portfolio page so you can show off your stuff like photos and drawings. And bam, that's it. You're pretty much done in 10 minutes. So if you haven't, go and build your own Wix website today. Just click the first link in the description box below.